Okay, in this video, I would like to declare to the world that I, Michael Joseph Telasky, am Neo in the Matrix. I've broken the Matrix, I've cracked the Matrix, and I've shattered it to pieces. Now you're seeing the ripple effects from it. All of the illusion of the duality I have proven to be false. The duality is really triplicate. Everything is triplicate. It's not as above, so below. There's a middle point here. There's a common ground that everybody can reach. And that's exactly what I've set out to do. I've been predestined to do what I'm doing at this very moment. There's a reason that all this stuff has magically worked. So this whole thing is an illusion. It's the duality. The duality is not true, it's false. Everything is positive, negative, neutral. Everything is triplicate. It's just like they were telling you in 1991 with the Guns N' Roses albums, the double album, Use Your Illusion. I use the illusion, and then what I've gathered is that you need to lose your illusion, because once you lose the duality illusion and realize that everything's triplicate, positive, negative, neutral, then you have the key to the universe, which is right here, which I've brought to everyone and put this stuff in everyone's face so much that it's now an avalanche of momentum and no one can deny it. The avalanche at this point will only grow stronger and continue to gain more speed behind it. This is exactly what they didn't want you to figure out. I figured it out, and now I'm showing everybody else that it's triplicate, it's not duality. So this whole thing is just part of all the distraction to keep you from learning this one critical thing. And that's what I've brought to the world. What I would like to do is show everyone how my numerology, my letters, and all the events in my life, how they all line up. It is pretty astonishing, but it all backs up exactly what I'm saying. I'm not joking here. This ain't something to be funny. I'm completely serious. Because once you've left this place and came back, you fear nothing, because you've seen the other side. So there's nothing that anyone can do, say, or think to try to stop me, because my magic and all the momentum that I've got going right now is only going to continue to grow. And it's going to grow stronger and stronger with each person who wakes up and figures this stuff out. They didn't want anybody to fly, because once one person starts flying, everybody else is going to realize that it's possible. And that's exactly what I set out to do. I, Mike Telasky, am Neo in the Matrix. Let's get into it. To understand everything, you need to understand its very fundamental core. It's very base. When you can base everything down to its foundation, that's when you can get the real, true understanding. as time goes, things start getting more complicated and twisted and convoluted. So to figure out the truth, sometimes you have to go backwards to go forwards, which is exactly what I've done with all my research. I went as far back as it needed to go to figure out everything correctly. And I've shown it to the world. So what's going on here is the thing that triggered everything in my life to this point. My whole life is just this wheel concept. It keeps repeating. So all these cycles are right to do with my whole thing from the beginning. They used to call me Michael Motorcycle when I was a kid. So this whole thing is showing you the key to everything. And it's one of the first things that I locked onto when I was growing up. So when I was real small and I was on the floor a lot in my parents' house, I was right by all the stereo stuff. So they had an 8-track player and they had this record collection. So this here is the Pink Floyd album cover from Dark Side of the Moon. This is the key to everything, and this was one of the first things that I was so fascinated with when I was a kid. It was a mystery to me. What were they trying to show you? Because I knew that there was so much more meaning to this thing right here. I've now figured it out, and I'm sharing this with everybody so that everybody else can figure this stuff out. It's the fundamental, most important thing to everything that you see. So when this thing is spinning, it starts producing other effects. So it's stationary now, but when it goes into rotation, this whole thing changes. So what they're showing you here is this energy coming in and then this rainbow coming out. It's the whole thing I've been going over with all my Roger City, Rainbow, Super Bowl stuff. All of the stuff I've been showing you with what they're doing with the 5G and the Great Lakes and using it as a reflector with all the mirroring effects. So what they're showing you here is the dielectricity coming into the triangle, and then they're showing you this rainbow. It's hard to see on my computer. This is the light spectrum right here, visible light. Okay, this is the dielectricity that's faster than light coming in to the pyramid or to the triangle. So that's a port right there, okay? When you see the visible light spectrum, this is matter. So here's antimatter, here's matter, here's the dielectricity, the dielectric, the black, here is the light. So this would be 1.618 Fibonacci, this would be 0.618. In the other direction, spun counterclockwise, this would be spinning right. So this is your neutral right here. So it's the whole duality thing is shattered. So they're showing you when the dielectricity comes in, it slightly bends and then forms the color spectrum or visible light. So this is the very first thing that I was looking at and trying to figure out from the beginning of my life. And I've actually done it. So like I said, everything goes in a cycle. So what I'd like to show you here is the artwork that I had going for my first hip hop album. I've taken the picture myself, and I had a graphic artist split up this picture right here. So it's split in two. It's just like my pyramids. They're split, they're pulled apart. It's a Bernelli design. So this picture is super symbolic. I didn't intend it to really be this way, but this is how it turned out with the sun. It did something miraculous on this day, on this picture, on how it looks. That's why I use this picture for my album cover. So I'm showing you my my neodymium magnet here. That's the key. I'm standing above my concrete pyramids here. I just have my camera set up on a tripod on a timer, and when the sun is showing from here, it looks pretty cool. But what the graphic artist did to this picture is just mind-blowing. This is why I'm telling you, I'm Neo in the Matrix, neodymium. When you look at it in the mirrored or the duality, that's just the illusion, you can clearly see something completely different. When you see the mirror effect to this, you can see how the sun changes and how this whole dynamic changes. This also shows you that the duality is not true, because once again, they're showing you a positive, a negative, and a neutral here. It's easy to see. That's the common ground. You'd have a white hole, a black hole, and then an event horizon. Positive, negative, neutral. It's triplicate. Everything is triplicate. And that's what Pink Floyd was trying to tell you. That's what they told me, but I just didn't understand it until I got much older, gained all of the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding to figure this stuff out. I put it together, and now I'm showing everybody what I figured out, because this is the most important thing. So what they're showing you with that triangle is once that thing goes into spinning motion on your record player, it's having a completely different effect when that record starts spinning. Because it's all about the rotation. So depending on which way this is spinning, it's either building or it's destroying. It's either creating matter when spun to the right, 1.618 Fibonacci, or it's destroying. So when it's spun 0.618 counterclockwise to the left towards counter space, it's destroying. So that's the whole thing with the CERN. That's why they have their statues of Shiva in all their symbology. They just don't fully understand everything. And that's why I'm here to show you that all this stuff is a complete illusion. So don't fall into the whole duality trap, because that's what it is. It's a trap. Once you figure out everything's triplicate, then you can break the matrix. And that's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm here to show everybody else how to do. Use your illusion and then lose your illusion. Thanks for watching.